Hey, welcome back, man, to my channel. I know I haven't been up here for a while. I've been going through a lot, doing a lot. A lot has come to fruition, requiring more time away from me doing these podcasts that honestly nobody really comes and checks. And that's cool. I'm perfectly fine with it. This is how you grow. But I'm happy to be back here because I got so much that has happened, so much that went on. I get to share it with you guys. I get to break it down and I get to have fun while doing it, man, because I realized a lot that was missing with my podcast was a lot of stress because I've been going through a lot. Like, I've been trying to figure out how to find my way in comedy, and it seems to be the more time I've spent, the more energy, the more ways it's been coming to me. It's evident. So took some time, man, and just want to come in and relate it to everybody. Maybe later on in life, somebody may come by and see this and be like, yo, this is actually a good method to follow. Or I'll continue to get clowned and saying I don't know shit that I'm talking about with comedy. Either way, I'm perfectly fine with it. Happy, by the way. Again, this is your guy, Jamal. And here I am talking about my journey in comedy. Hopefully y'all listen. Hopefully y'all learn something. Or, hopefully you get some laughs in it at least, because my goal is to be funny at some point in time. But without further ado, here we go. So it's been some time since I've been, doing anything as far as potting. I had to really direct my focus to comedy because it was taking a major hit. Like, the success that I wanted wasn't there. And I realized I had been kind of spread thin with, making sure this is done, like really small things that I needed time to make sure that they developed properly. And that's a lot of what I was doing, is developing properly. Uh, Definitely with my showcases. I was asked to be put on a showcase, and I was doing really well by, how I'm gonna go over this first. How I curate my jokes is I go and I just do the punches at the open mics. I don't do any bridges. I just do the punches, like, oh, by the way, like, so it's very spread out. And what that does is that eliminates people from being able to steal your jokes. Like, they can steal a punch if they want to, but when I put the punches together, and I always have like documents of when I did it, like I always record it, whether it be a voice recording or whatever. But when I put it together, you won't know, because how you heard it was just one punch, or you heard a punch over here. And then, like, I slowly take from this, and I'll work on it at home, and I'll put it together. And I know that these jokes work with this crowd, these jokes work with this crowd, this joke worked, this joke worked. And I put it all together, man. Like, it's mise en place is what I call it. My form of it is mise en place. You prep all your stuff before you start cooking. Like, that's a French term. I wanted to be a chef. So mise en place, you really are prepping all of your ingredients before you even start mixing them or making your ingredient. Mise en place. So that's my form of writing jokes. Like, I mise en place it. I will really take from here, and I'll be like, dang, that joke really hit. And I'll be like, damn, that joke didn't hit. But the thing is because people want to hear so much consistency, even at an open mic, they want to hear oh man, that didn't flow well. And they're so quick to critique you that they don't really allow the joke to develop. So it always kept people off their rocker with what I was doing. And it made it really easy for me to, like, go underneath the radar. So I wasn't getting booked for a lot of stuff because people were like, oh man, he's really sporadic. He doesn't really have a set. I don't know any of his jokes. I don't know if his joke worked for my showcase. And, that's just how it goes. People want to know that you're a safe bet. Like, it's safe to bid on you. Like, your joke like the back of your hand. I don't really have to worry about you. But with me, it was like, bro, I don't be knowing what he's talking about. And then somebody sees me and they're like, damn, hey, I'm going to put you on. I'm going to try to see how you do on this showcase. And then I get on there and it's like, damn, bro, you were actually pretty good. Yes, because I'm not showing comedians what the final product looks like unless you're on a showcase with me. So yeah, man. That's one way for new comics to avoid getting their jokes stolen. That was my biggest fear, is that I write so much and I feel like I write really well that somebody would come through and be like, yo, hey, remember when he said, yeah, you know how you whole joke, like unfinished whole joke gone. Like, and then when I release it immediately, because I don't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody, like, holding a joke for me, especially when I'm developing, I'll hold it. But when it's done and it's a finished product and it gets a really good responses from the crowd, I release it, because that's a film that I can send to other, like, even if it's not released, like, I put it on YouTube and just put it as unlisted, and I'll send the link to certain people, like if I'm got a promotion or whatever. Hey, look, yeah, check out my video. This is me. But it's on there. It's documented and it's dated. So if I decide to be like, you know what, I did this and I'm removed from it, so be it. You know? But now the hard part for me, and this is really difficult for me, and this is probably why, like, I'm gonna get to why I've been doing, like, really, I've really been doing bad lately. And I'm okay with it because I know what I'm working on. Like, I know that, you know, I bombed for a year to write my first 5-minute joke. So I know what I'm getting into. So with that being said, like, I'm curating a new 15 minutes every month because I have big news alert. I talked about it, and so it's not really that big of news. Right now the flyers are out, but I was granted Rivers Casino in Portsmouth, which is, to me, it's a big deal because it's a huge room. It's probably the biggest room and the most funding backing that room for amateur comics, because none of us are on that top tier level where we're getting $10,000, like, you know, at least the people around me. So I've been able to do it. They gave it to me, curating it, making things excuse me, man, I got acid, making things happen with it. So in response to that, new people will be coming to see me, and I refuse to give them the same show that I gave them the month prior to. So next week, June 25th, will be the first day of me doing the show at the Rivers, and I really want people to enjoy it, and I want it to be fresh. I want, like, people to know that, hey, these jokes are for the room. They're what I curated. You know what I'm saying? A new 10 to 15 minute set every month. It's really difficult to do, especially when you have to develop the joke. Like, you've got to, people don't take time. You've got to really see if the joke is going to work in every room, especially at the age in comedy where I'm at. Like, I'm 2 years into it. So, like, yeah, I can see, oh yeah, I can try this, I can try that. But in order for me to really know, like, how well it is, like, I've got to try it. I've got to workshop it. I've got to tell it like this in front of a black room. I've got to tell it like this in front of a white room. And I got to make sure that both those rooms come together, and I can tell it to the room where black and white people understand, Mexican people understand, because if it's funny, it works. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, some rooms you got to dumb it down a little bit. Some rooms you got to, you know, kind of articulate it a certain way, and that's just how the rooms are. But that's how the audience is too. So you have to balance it so that it's articulate enough and simple enough that the entire crowd gets it. And that's one of the most difficult things to do, because, you know, in some rooms where it's like, yo, they're really pristine, and they're like, yo, I don't understand the joke, because you may have simplified it a little bit too much, or you may have overcomplicated it, and these people are really intelligent, but they're not trying to be intelligent after they've had 4 or 5 beers. Like, yo, simplify it. So you really got to balance it. And it's probably the most fun part of developing a joke, because I'm going to be honest with you, last week, the entire week, I've bombed. And I'm okay with it. Like, people be like, man, yeah, you can't keep bombing, man. Yo, it's okay. Because when it's time for a show, I know that I have it. But I literally bombed everything that I did last week, man. I was on a showcase, and it was a rough room. It was like 2 rough rooms, and I just needed it to learn the lessons. Like, I've forgotten what I need to do for people. So, yeah, nah, man, it's fun. It's simple. It's everything that you need, man. You've got to have that fun. You've got to learn those rooms. You've got to do the rooms that you don't really feel comfortable in. I can continue to go to rooms that are winning, where people are ready to listen to comedy. But if I'm good at what I do, I can get the people who didn't come there to listen and be like, yo, what is he talking about? Oh, yo, that's funny. Yo, what are you talking about? So yeah, that's. But a friend of mine pointed out something that I really need to work on because you can hear my voice. I'm very monotone, so I've got to change my voice and how I talk into the mic because I kind of sound like the guy from Clear Eyes. Like I'm very low toned and deep voice, so I've got to like work on the pitch, and I've got to change myself and be like, "Yo, man, what y'all got going on?" Like I might have to do that so people can understand and get what I'm saying. You know, a lot of comics like don't talk with the voice that they use on a daily. And for me, it's going to be difficult because I've only known the voice that I've used on a daily. So now I got to come in and I got to tell a joke and I got to be like, man, shoot, man, hey, y'all better stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I can go like Bernie Mac, man, come on now, come on, stop playing with me. I've got to play with the pitch of my voice to see how people respond to it now because the jokes are hitting. And I spent the last 2 years really working to make sure I knew how to write a joke from start to finish. Now I got to work on the delivery because that's 90% of it. You're not going to listen to my joke if I sound like, yeah, man, and I got my mom, she was over here touching my feet. There's nothing funny about like that when it can't touch you acoustically. It doesn't stimulate your acoustics. So you've got to change it. So that's what I'm working on. I'm going to work on that for the next few months, man, but I only have a week left. I have a week to get in and do all that I need to do with this room. So yeah, excitement, man. Like this is a big deal. Like I'm excited to be in the comedy. So and learning all these lessons because that's a lot of comedy too. Is just learning lessons. You got a lot you need to learn, and you damn sure better do it. Like you've got to learn because if you don't, then you get behind. And I'm not trying to fall behind, man. I worked my butt off the last 2 years at writing good jokes. Like before, and I'm gonna be honest, you can check the old channels and you'll see a lot of it's like, oh man, my penis, my dick, my yeah, vagina and sex, and I got all these kids and I gotta do this and I'm pulling out and I'm putting in and everything was sexually related. And like I listened to it and I'm like, yo, I sound like I might be a creep. So that caused me to really write better. And I realized too that I don't want to curse in everything. I actually want to articulate why the joke is funny. Like sometimes throwing in like bitches might be funny, at certain points in times, but nah, man, this is different. It's different, man. So yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, but that's it, man. That's what I've been working on. And it's been fun. I've been having a lot of fun. But I just want to make sure that I'm learning and learning proper. So yeah, man. But that's me. That's back. That's a little bit of comedy talk. That's where I'm at. I might call it that, man. I might call this episode just comedy talk because it's simple and I'm not really trying to go crazy with titles and how many seasons I have, and I don't care about any of that. All I care about, honestly, is that I can share my story in hopes that my story will help someone else. Because honestly, I needed a lot of help, and the Virginia comedy scene, when I walked in, was completely different than what it is now, and now it's just a ball of support. Like I'm a supporting cast of anybody's art. Like if somebody wants to build a room, like I'm support. I'm like, hey, bro, hey, let me help you. This is what I learned. This is what you should do. Let's go, man. Let's work together. And before it was like, man, I got this room. I ain't got no comics. I ain't paying no money, but, dude. So, yeah, man, look, it's dope. But, yeah. So, yeah, man, that's pretty much my talk, man. That's my comedy talk. That's my workings for the week. That's my tips. And that's the experience that I've had this week. The experience that I had this week is bombing for an entire week, not really having a good set anywhere. And now tomorrow will be Juneteenth. I'm dating the show at this point, but tomorrow will be Juneteenth and I'll be up in Massanutten. So yeah, the bomb had to stop. So I'm gonna be working on it on the drive up and I'll have my set together and I'm gonna have fun. Whether it works crisp and pristine or not, like I'm gonna have fun. But yeah, thank y'all for listening, man. Thank y'all for coming through. Thank you for just, coming to hear me. I appreciate anybody who does come here and check it out, man. I think that that goes underrated. Like anybody who's taking time to look through my entire videos, to like my posts, to look at my page, like whether it's from a place of malice or genuine, hey bro, I want to see you win and I want to support you and I'm going to share a like. Thank you. Like I thank the people enough, man, just for coming through. I know that I'm trying to grow, but sometimes your like goes a long way when it comes to my confidence. And I appreciate that. I never really take the time to thank people just for support, just for liking, just for, being around. And I try to give back, man. Majority of the time when I see a post, I just like it. Even if I don't know what it's about, I just like it because you never know how much help you're giving somebody else. You never know what that's doing for that person mentally or to motivate them to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. So I do it. And anybody who looks at my page and likes anything, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to the top. Like, I really appreciate it, man. Like, it means a lot. And I appreciate it. And I just want you to know that I appreciate you taking the time to come to my page, even if you don't like it, just coming to my page, looking at the story. Like, your views count, your time matters. Like, I know how important it is. You could be spending time, with your loved one, but you take time to listen to what I had to say or maybe listen to, and all of that is important. And I just want to tell you thank you. I don't know who you are exactly, but whoever you are, you're important to me. And just your listen, your like, your love means a lot to me. And I just want to say thank you. And hopefully you like and subscribe and follow and continue to, like, just give me feedback, comments. I've been really open to comments. Dudes have been cooking me on my takes and opinions. And I love it, man, because they're taking time to at least watch the video. And I'm like, yeah, like I had an NBA take, I got a lot of different things, but it's just my opinions and people taking time to give feedback. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate